there, everybody. Hey, Kerrie. Happy
What's
hump
up?
day.
Hump day.
Hey. Okay.
Love it.
Well, we're waiting on folks to join. Everyone go to my website, coopedup.com. That's where I post random shit. And you can sign up to get my emails that I send out random. I sent out one last week, actually. That was
I got
about
my friends telling me they pay attention to your messages.
Yep. If you're on other channels, I'm Cooped Up is my handle there. And since Kerrie is on, hers is at Food Sparks.
Thank you.
And wherever you are watching or listening, be sure to go click that notification bell so that you know that we have come live. And last but not least, if you ever want to text me, this is my community text number. It is a special app I use just to talk to folks, to send out blasts to people. It's not a group text. 214-949-8599. It's the same service Mark Cuban and Tyra Banks use, and J-Lo, and Oprah. And then
It's one of them their newfangled texting services.
texting and creating your text community. So
Give
Mama
me
Cooper
the
says,
text.
hi.
Hey, Mama Cooper. Hi, Michelle.
Michelle and Bentley Callahan.
Bentley.
Who I'm sure will have all kinds of shitty things to say today. He is a sassy friend who has all kinds of twisted opinions, and I love him.
Yes, we love Twisted.
So, what's going on in your world? How's your Aldi stash holding up?
Listen, I can't buy those cookies anymore.
Why not?
Here's how it's holding up.
Because you don't have any more?
Well, I have. So it's been what? Has it been a week? It's
A
only
week today. We went a week today.
Christ almighty. God, they're almost gone.
Oh.
Yeah, they're too good, y'all. I've had people try them and they're like, these are Girl Scout cookies. I'm like, I know. So they're delicious, but I can't do them anymore.
They're the copycats of the Samoas and the Tagalongs, right?
Tagalongs, yes.
Yeah.
You can't tell me any different. They are Girl Scout cookies and they're great, but you also get more in their packages. So like the Samoas, you get 18. Like in Girl Scouts, I think there's only 4 per row. Is there like 3 rows or 4 rows? I don't know.
And it was like $2, right? $2.50.
Oh, it was $1. The Samoas were like $1.19, $1.29, and the Tagalongs were $1.09. Quarter of the price. Girl Scout cookies, and you get like 4 or 5 more in the box.
So a third of the price and more in the box.
Price.
Yeah, fourth of the price.
Girl Scout cookies are $5 a box.
Yeah, depending on which one. Some of them are even more expensive. There's a couple of them that are like the s'mores one, and I think the gluten-free one. Although I'm like
trash.
Serious. I'm like, if you're gonna buy Girl Scout cookies, don't go the fucking special diet route. Just skip it. I don't get it. No, I got a new pen today. I got Le Pen.
Excuse me.
It is
what is it?
It's called Le Pen. So I was down at my favorite shop called DLM Supply and menswear shop. Got a new bandana today. This is part of their bandana's Empire State of Mind campaign. So all the money that they raise goes to New York charities. And there's a new shop next door called like Let's Talk About It or whatever. And it's a sassy, like all pink, like goopy store, and it's all stationery and tape dispensers and stuff like that. Half of them have the word like it's awesome.
Half of them have the word what on it?
Look. It's like they have a lot of bad words in there too. And there's this whole wall of pens, and you can try them out. And I love this is like it's sort of like a maybe you can see that against my pasty white skin better. It's like
do the influencer thing. Hold up here.
It's like a fine-tipped Sharpie almost.
It feels like a 0.5 millimeter
to me, but I love it. It's kind of retro in a 80s sort of fashion. But yeah, $3, so it wasn't cheap.
$3. Yeah, these are my everydays, my Sharpies.
Yeah.
Hey, I got me some new because I've got this new desk, right? Like a stand sit desk, and it's glass top, so you can use Expo writers. Well, I got the fine tip Expos, so I can make my to-do lists on top of the desk.
See, I'm too messy. literally have I'm like a hoarder's desk. I have like a little where my arms sit is the only place that's not covered in paper.
No, I can't do. You do. You do a lot of paper because I've seen your office and it's like
Yes.
you have a little carved out space. I'm clean.
And I know where everything is. I can just reach into it. Here it is.
I can never do. My dad was that way. I don't know. I'm more anal. I don't know. I don't do that. Oh my God.
There.
Ah! No, I do have posties for everything, but I write
2020 tax file.
2000 what?
2020 taxes that I still haven't done yet. Right there. All of that.
I got my refund. Y'all, I have organized Cooper's office before. I know. I can speak
I
on
have
this
our
topic.
Christmas cards from this year, that the ones that didn't, the extras, sitting right there. I don't know why those are there.
Recycle.
I know.
Keep one. I always keep one. Tuck it in my thing.
Maybe I said, hey, maybe some lucky recipient will receive an old ass Christmas card from me. That's swag. $5 a pop.
$5 a pop.
So anyway, so what else? So to combat your go back to Aldi real quick, and then we'll get back to that. Mm-hmm. So we had so much Aldi shit too. So most of our Easter dinner was supper, whatever you want to call it, was Aldi. Ham from Aldi, it was so good. All the stuff.
Good.
So last night I made those flatbreads, those rustic.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Flatbreads, and I made one with that Aldi spaghetti sauce, the one that has no artificial ingredients in it. It was good. Cheese and mozzarella cheese and pepperoni. That one was for the kids, and that was all from Aldi. So that pizza probably cost 23.5 cents. And then the one I made for Todd and I was that rustic pizza with pesto and the chicken, the frozen chicken that we bought, the like pre-cooked chicken or whatever.
Yeah.
And I made pesto and cheese pizza for us. It was good. So the only thing is, cheap pesto tastes cheap, and so
it's got to come from Italy.
Yeah, I won't be buying their pesto anymore because it tasted too nutty almost. Like it was like instead of basil, they were using extra nuts, and maybe not even pine nuts, maybe not even pine nuts.
Maybe not, because they're expensive.
Some people use walnuts in there.
Yeah.
Because I always have to check pesto for walnuts, and I didn't do it last night because walnuts. Todd's on thyroid medicine, and if you take Thyroxal or whatever the one is that he takes, walnuts neutralize it. Little known fact.
Oh, really? Because I take Synthroid. Does it do that to Synthroid?
Check. There's a lot of thyroid medicines that walnuts specifically, you are not supposed to eat walnuts if you are on certain thyroid medicines.
Well, let me see right here. Foods containing soy and cottonseed meal can make Synthroid less effective. Walnuts, grapefruit juice, and dietary fiber can also make Synthroid less effective. If you eat any of these on a regular basis, check with your doctor. Well, I eat walnuts today, but I hardly ever eat walnuts. But
yeah. Isn't that interesting? Anyway.
I knew about the grapefruit, because you're not supposed to take grapefruit if you're on high blood pressure medication, because grapefruit will speed it into your metabolism, apparently. Grapefruit juice. Yeah, you're like, if you take Lipitor, Crestor, which I do.
Yeah.
I take Crestor, high blood pressure. Right? No, that's high cholesterol. I take like a minuscule amount, but I don't drink grapefruit juice all the time. But yeah, you're not supposed to have grapefruit on that stuff because it like speeds it into your system.
Really?
Or flushes it too quickly. It's one of them. It's either speeds it in or flushes it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Their cheapo pepperoni pizza, Dave Morris saying at Aldi's, is pretty darn good.
I got the flatbread one, and I made a text Cooper that night. I'm like, I just cooked that flatbread, and I may have eaten the whole thing.
Yes, it is really good. And Michelle Condre is saying the pesto at Victor Hugo's restaurant, which is a restaurant in our neighborhood that is fantastic. For some reason, no one goes there. I have no idea why it's still open, but
I didn't know it was open either.
It's a
I've
really
heard about
good
it, but
Victor Hugo's. It's really good. Let's see. What Bentley's saying, I assume you're talking about the taxes. At today's U.S. Postal Service speed, no one would know you didn't mail it on time. Yeah, but they're not due until July now. So
now you have July, yeah. Your sister's saying grapefruit does that to a lot of medications. She's right.
My mom would know that too. My mother,
yeah,
for my entire life, I do not know why, My mother knows everything about every medicine ever invented. And Bentley was talking about the Christmas cards. I could mail them out, and people would say, "Oh yeah, thank you."
They say that about grapefruit because do you remember back in the 80s the grapefruit diet? Your mom might remember this. When you would eat like a whole freaking grapefruit first thing in the morning, because they're saying if you drink or eat grapefruit first thing in the morning, it speeds up your metabolism. So there was that big deal, the grapefruit diet, like you could only have a grapefruit and you could only have a smidgen of sweet and low, no sugar. And it was like then you had to eat that and then not eat something till lunch. Do you remember that grapefruit diet crap in the 80s? My
do
mom
remember
did it.
Grapefruits are so nasty.
I love grapefruit. Red ruby red grapefruit?
Well, ruby, does that count as actual grapefruit? That's from where I grew up. And that's like sweet grapefruit. But like a lot of places where it's just a pink grapefruit, that pink grapefruit is nasty. Like the light pink one is nasty.
No, you got to get the ruby red. I love it when you go to a fancy restaurant and they creme brulee the top, the sugar, they torch it. It's so good because the grapefruit and the bitterness of the torching is so yummy.
My aunt Lois makes a fruit salad that has grapefruit, oranges, pecans, orange juice. It's like a pound of sugar and probably marshmallows or something in it. There's one thing
you're not talking about fluff, are you? Because I am a personal maker. I love fluff.
There's one thing I don't like about it, and I don't like I think it's the marshmallows. I don't care for marshmallows that much, but then when they've been soaking in juice for days, that is extra nasty.
See, that's what like ambrosia salads like that. Like when the marshmallows get all gummy because they've been sitting in the I like fluff because it's Cool Whip, marshmallows, Jello, mandarin oranges, and then you can do it with the pistachios if you do the green Jello. Some people do pudding to make it creamier. Oh, fluff! It's like, oh my god! But when you make fluff and take it to a cookout, everyone's like, "Is that fluff?" And then everyone's over there like, "Yes, it's fluff." I mean, people love it.
So that is the thing. You've got the dump and done salad, the ramen dump and done salad that is the best. Although you know what, I eat that, and I can post the recipe for y'all for this. I have it on my website, coopedup.com.
Yeah, we made it like 3 years ago, didn't we?
We made it when we were doing live cooking things together, which we need to start doing again now that we're both vaccinated. It's like whatever. This ramen dump and done salad, it is so good, but there's something about it that I eat it and I am like starving hungry about 30 minutes later.
Really? That's so funny.
Like I am just like I eat it and I never feel full. Like I'm like ravenously hungry afterwards.
I love it. I need to make some more.
Sister is saying that our grandmother used to make a grapefruit avocado salad. I don't recall that. Interesting. Avocados, I love them, but that's one of those things too. Like I don't like avocado chopped up in a salad because it gets too like fuzzy, if you will. Like it loses its firmness. Yes. I don't want a hard avocado, but I don't want a mushy avocado either.
And you don't want to take a bite of a salad and then all of a sudden you have a mushiness in the salad bite. I know, I'm the same way.
You know, that's why I don't everyone loves Chipotle's guacamole. I won't eat my Chipotle with guacamole on it. I like it, but I won't eat it because it totally ruins the texture of Chipotle for me.
Oh no, that's different because I like to mix it like a 7-layer dip. I like to eat it.
No, I do too, but it just suddenly it becomes a mushy something. I don't know.
That's funny. Anyway. You probably get veggies and all that in yours. I don't. I'm a little bit of rice, a little bit of beans, meat, cheese, guac.
No, I do the bowl and I do it because I don't like the salad because I don't want the lettuce on the bottom because then it gets hot. So I do the bowl with white rice, black beans, fajita veggies, chicken, pico de gallo, medium salsa, corn salsa, cheese, and lettuce. So I put everything on.
Cream. Well, you don't do sour cream. You don't. No. You'd be Betsy Wetsy if you ate the sour cream.
Mike is saying, eat Chipotle, but you're worried about Bluebell. I'm the reason I'm worried about. I'm actually not worried about Bluebell at all. Bluebell knew they had a problem with listeria, and they said, fuck it, just keep making it. And then only once people started getting sick did they admit to it, like criminal activity. Whereas Chipotle had a listeria problem, and they shut every restaurant down in the country. Yeah.
And
So
don't get me started on this because they were my client when it happened. And what is so sad about what happened with all that is Chipotle was the trendsetter in fast casual food. Like, I get on my soapbox about this to people because I'm like, they made all these changes and they actually changed all the other fast casual and fast food restaurants. They made them change, and they literally had 2 locations with an outbreak that an employee probably brought to the location. And it's what happens when you have it wasn't poor food handling in the, in the sense that it got introduced into their food, right? So I get so upset about that because people act like they just made tons and tons of people sick. It was 2 locations.
Even if it were multiple locations, the fact that the way they responded was, oh shit, we have a problem, let's fix it, versus
exactly.
Oh, let's just see if anyone actually gets sick from it. Let's see if anyone actually dies from it. And then let's just keep making it. And then let's try to play victim and the hero for finally taking our stuff off the shelves when basically we're going to be forced to if we don't. So
they were banking on their fan loyalty, and you know what? It still worked out for them in the end.
People were like,
and Chipotle fan loyalty is like, people still love it. There were so many people ready to like tear it down, and I'm like, they did everything. As you might know, as PR people, they did everything right.
Yeah.
And there's still people out there like, aren't they owned by McDonald's? No, they never were.
Sandy and Michelle are cheering us on for some live cooking shows. So here's the premise of our cooking shows. We take a simple 5-minute recipe and we make it in an hour or more. That was all over the
first time I went over to your house, I was like, okay, let's get everything measured out in bowls. He's like, no, we'll just do it in the moment. I did half of it, and then he was like, okay, yeah, let's get it all measured out, because we were like taking forever, like to talk and measure.
Measuring doesn't make for good television. Hence why you never see people measuring on television. I'm not one of those people. You probably are. I'm not one of those people who can be like, oh, 2 tablespoons of oil. Bloop. Like that. Like I can't do
it depends.
I have to measure for the most part all the stuff I do. And cooking, it's less important. Baking, you have to, right? Like baking is precision is the key.
Yes, must.
Pour my glass of wine. So anyway, so to combat your Aldi cookie addiction, so you have joined a new gym. That sounds fascinating to me.
Yes, it's so for those that don't know, prior to the lockdown, I was an avid spinner, so I would spin 4 to 5 times each week in a class, and I like being in a class.
Spinning not like Cinderella.
Yeah, spinning on a bike. So I would do that 4 to 5 times a week, and I'd done it for 2.5 years solid at a place right next to me. Well, then of course, when all this closed down, that closed down. Even when they opened back up, I wasn't comfortable. So we got our vaccines, and I had joined this last summer. I became a founding member in a new gym here in Uptown called Spenga. So it's SPENGA, and the two letters are important because it's an hour long. It's spin, so that's the SP, 20 minutes. Then you move over to high intensity interval training. So that's like kettlebells, TRX bands, weights, bench, burpees, stuff like that.
Kind of thing, right?
CrossFit kind of thing. So that's your EN, that's the energy. And then the GA is yoga, then 20 minutes of yoga to like cool down, stretch it all out. So it's like the perfect workout. And I started it right before I got my second shot, and then they closed for the weather anyway. So by the time I went back, I was fully vaccinated, just about.
Yeah. That sounds nice because, like, I'll watch because I have a whole gym in my house I'm not a member of, and it has 2 fucking televisions with streaming stuff. It's got a treadmill, it's got a full weight equipment, all that kind of stuff. And I'll occasionally try to work out down there, and I'll just turn on. We have subscriptions to Daily Burn. I've got Apple Fitness. I've got Beachbody, all these things, right? So I should be just a god. I mean, more godly than I already am. I should just be like, instead of jiggly tits, it should be like a chest of armor. But I will start one of these things. Like I thought, you know what? Like Zumba, that's got to be fun, right? So I start Zumba. 30 minutes, 15 minutes into it, I'm like, is this thing fucking over yet? This is boring. I am so tired of sambaing my fat ass around the gym.
I draw energy from being around people and in classes because my boyfriend was like, for what you spend in a membership, to spend, why don't you just buy a Peloton? And I thought about it. I looked at the packages. I had friends show me what it looked like, on FaceTime and I was just like, I just can't. It just can't sit in my house, and I can't just get up out of my bed in my room and just get on a bike and be excited about it. I can't.
You know what my thing about Peloton is? People are like, oh my God, I like sweated buckets. I'm like, in your house?
Yeah. So it's
like,
all over the floor. Yeah.
How much does that fucking stink? And I know they have pads that they give you also that you put around it, but you got a big old pile of sweat in your house. Puddle of sweat. I guess not a pile. You got a problem if it's a pile of sweat. A puddle of sweat in your house.
Those people exist, yeah.
Every day. And I'm like, well, that sounds nasty.
Why would some people really do sweat? I mean, I sweat a lot in my clothes, but I got to give shout out to Tawana. She just commented. Tawana is my very first spin instructor, right around the time I turned 30, when Bally's used to be down here at Uptown, and I loved her. Followed her to 24-hour fitness, and then as people bounce around, I never really liked anybody again. So I kind of gave it up in my early 30s. Cut to when I was 40, 41. A studio opened right next to my condo. Like literally get up, put my clothes on, and walk over to it, which is great. I do have to drive down here to Uptown now, but it's so close. But I just love spin. But I was trying to get to the point where like an hour of spin every day was kind of monotonous. So I love this because just about the time you're like, I'm dying. Yeah, you move from something else to the next thing. It's awesome. I love Spenga.
You watch, I think it's Beachbody. I can't remember, but there's one where you watch it and she's like, you can do anything for 60 seconds. You can do anything for, and I'm like, yeah, I can hate you for 49 of those 60 seconds. By the way, Tawana, she's also the one who buys my bootleg Beachbody protein powders too.
Yeah.
Tawana does fitness stuff on, do you do it on Facebook? I think it's just on Instagram, but throw your handle up into the comments, Tawana, and I'll show it to folks so they can follow you, because she's all about the fitness. The fitness. Aaron, who is here, he said spinning at home got rid of my pandemic wine. Wine during cooped up weight gain. Yes.
I get it. It's fine. I'm not condemning it. It's just not for me. Like I just can't get into it. I gotta have a crew. I gotta have a tribe. I gotta have a.
Yeah, and it's cheers you on. I have no willpower whatsoever. So if I get in a class, it's a lot harder to quit mid-class. So for me, it's less about motivation and it's more about shaming. Like if I make it there, I'm gonna do the whole damn thing. Because you know what? I'm not gonna be like, peace out, bitches, like 10 minutes into it. I'm gonna kill myself and finish this damn thing. Aaron posted earlier on Facebook that he was somewhere. It's probably Fort Worth because he lives in Fort Worth. And there is a store. What is the name of the store, Aaron, that you saw that I was just like, women? I'm looking it up right now. A store called The Impeccable Pig, and it is a women's clothing store.
The store.
The Impeccable Pig. Why? Who market tested that? Who thought that was a good idea?
But people shop there.
I've never heard of it. Have you heard of it? Yeah.
I've never heard of it. Yeah. I see bloggers talk about it and all. Yeah.
An old Designing Women episode. Well, they're all old, but a Designing Women episode where they're addressing Suzanne Sugarbaker, Delta Burke's weight gain, and she's like, I don't understand the names of all these stores. Precious proportions and blah blah blah. Why don't you just call it what it is? George the Tent Awning.
George the Tent Awning. I forgot about that episode. Oh, funny. Yeah. I just what if
in Santa Plaza, which is by SNL.
Yeah, yes, that's where it is.
Oh, it must be a rich lady's store then.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like these women love the store.
Ladies allowed themselves to be called a pig. I mean, I love a pig. Look, I got right here. That's
little
Sugarbaker walking Noelle, her pig.
Like, funny.
I aim for that level of eccentricity, but still, like.
Well, to your original point of my workouts, yeah, probably see a lot more results if I wasn't eating those damn Aldi's cookies. So once they're gone, that's the thing is I can get into something, but I can't eat like that all the time. And I'm like, I'm almost tempted to throw the rest of them in the trash. I really am. Like, I'm known to do that where I'm like, you're eating too much shit, throw it away.
I'm tempted too. That doesn't sound very convicting.
Yeah, because they're so delicious. But I go in phases. I haven't had Girl Scout cookies in like 4 years. So see, it's not like I eat them every year.
The thing about you are actually, I mean, aside from your Crestor and your all the medicine cabinet stuff you just told us, you are actually one of the healthiest people I know, in the sense that I think that you probably have very strong lungs. Like, I would not want to challenge you in a foot race because you may not beat me on strides, but endurance for sure.
Endurance and distance, yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm not fast.
You could go, just go and just get it and get it and get it and get it. You'd probably just put a little song in your head and get to going. And I would be like, yeah. It's the rabbit, the tortoise, and the hare thing. I would be like out of the gate. And then I'm like, fuck. I got the benefit that I got 4 foot a leg. And so.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not very fast, but I can at least try to hang in there. But I'm at the age now where I'm like, yeah, you need to cut the sugar out. Like, you need to, because like I work my ass off, which I just do it because I like to feel healthy and I like to feel strong. I'm not on a journey. I hate that. Like, people are like, oh, what's your weight loss journey? I'm like, I work out so I can eat all these cookies. Like, what?
Mike wants to know if you've seen Gracie yet. She has not.
No, I haven't. No.
Gracie's not been here yet. So Gracie is in storage now.
Oh, she's hiding.
I've only seen her twice, actually. And but Todd, so get this. So we're going camping in a couple of weeks. Like 2 weeks from Friday, I think, actually. We're going down to Kerrville. We're going down to Jellystone Park in Kerrville. And Aaron, I know you have a story about Jellystone Park, but it looked fine. And we're going with Mike and Monica. And it was literally the only thing we could find. Everything is sold out for whatever reason. We have a 4-day weekend from our school, so we're going down, and they're joining us for 3 of those days. And maiden voyage, and Todd. So we have the kids, student, teacher conferences that Friday morning. That's why the Friday is off, and then Monday is just off already. And so I have them scheduled for 8 and 8:30 on Friday for the student teacher conferences. Just get it out of the way, or 8:30 or 9, something like that. Really early in the first ones. Then I actually scheduled the kids TSA global entry interview.
Oh,
yeah. You have to go to interview to renew in certain cases. In this case, they did. So I've got that like 9:45 and 10 o'clock. And then we're just going to leave from there. So Todd is actually going to go down to the RV on Thursday night, get it ready to go, spend the night in it at the storage facility.
Because the lady's mean in your neighborhood and will turn you in if you park her?
It is just basically to get out of Dallas. There's no, because our house is on the just like edge of downtown Dallas, right? If we can start in Mansfield, it saves us like an hour anywhere, just because of traffic and all that stuff. So we're just going to go straight from DFW Airport straight down to Mansfield, which is directly south, and then load up. I'm gonna place a Walmart order that we can just pick up on the way in the car, load it up, and then just go. I'll leave my Range Rover in the storage facility and then go from there. No, I have to take the Jeep. Shit. No, Todd can drive the Jeep down, and then we have that, and then that's what we'll do. I'm figuring this. I'm workshopping this in my mind right now. So we'll go. And it is the most expensive RV park in the world. Yes, it is crazy. So this one is on the Guadalupe River, which will be nice in Kerrville. But for the 3 nights that we're staying there, it's almost $400.
Jeez.
No, and that's already what they had a coupon. If you're staying over a Sunday night, you only get that night for $25. So of that $400, $25 is the one night, and the other 2 are there. They have a full water park. They have all kinds of stuff, crafts, all that stuff.
Is it going to be warm enough to take advantage of that, or be cold, won't it?
Kids don't care.
Really? God's going to be cold.
Kids don't care, and the water park will be open, I think. I hope. So, anyway, I was in the car earlier today, and a song came on. that I was on I just had it on Spotify and it was playing things that it thought I might like.
Oh, your what is it? Your weekly whatever.
Daily, whatever, weekly,
Yeah.
whatever it is. And Crystal Waters, 100% Pure Love came on.
100% pure
It was
love.
I was like, radio at 100% also. I opened the sunroof just so I wouldn't blow my eardrums out, and I'm just like, damn it. I'm sure people are like, what the hell?
I think I put that in Dance Bish. I think I stuck it in there.
Oh, I love that song so much.
Yes, Dance Bish playlist. If you want some windows down, summertime, springtime, feel good music, the Dance Bish playlist is.
So we were playing your Dance Bish playlist on the way to Louisiana, and it is wonderful. The only thing is, if you are on 3 hours of a straightaway Louisiana highway where there's no stops, nothing to look at, kind of that trance is not the best thing for you. You need so I had to turn it off because it was getting very like rhythmic, like in our heads. You know? It was almost like lulling us to sleep. It was so
Did you hear the Robert Miles song, Come On, Children? I freaking love that
I don't know. Mike is saying the beer will be cold. If the kids, the water might be in the
floater in the water, Mike.
Yeah, I bet the Guadalupe is going to be very cold.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But maybe the Hey Boo Boo, the water park is the Yogi Bear water park is gonna be okay. I don't know. We'll see. We're going boondocking. It's actually Todd's boondocking. I'm not. He's boondocking. That boondocking is, for those of you not in the know, this is a phrase that Cooper 2019 did not know what this meant. It sounded actually dirtier to me than it actually is. The boondocking is when you spend the night in your RV and you're not connected to any power utilities or anything, and you're just on your own, generator, water, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, where's Todd gonna? Oh, you can pee inside there. You've got it. You've got a bathroom. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make sure you pee in the bathroom though, not just on it somewhere. Joining him and then leaving straight away for that. So Michelle is saying, hey, I need a car wash. Who was the car wash guy on the site? Is it Eric? It's Eric Johnson, and his car wash is called Spot Clean Car Wash, and it's at Keast and Zang. You told me yesterday. It's over there. Look up Spot Clean Car Wash, co-owned by our city councilman Chad West. Good stuff. What else was I? Oh, Kerrie. I don't know if you heard this big news, life-changing news. They're opening up an at-home store on Northwest Highway in Abrams.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, they must be redoing that whole section over there.
It is in the old JCPenney that closed.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was a nice fucking JCPenney too.
It was, because so it's over there by Sam's, and it's great because I go to that Sam's. That's my Sam's.
That's my Sam's too. That you know what Sam's is actually better is the one just north of left field. It's in a more ghetto neighborhood.
Sometimes too.
That one has better stuff, and it has not.
You think so? I don't think it's as big as the one on Northwest Highway.
It is better. I tell you, it is better. It has more stuff than the one.
I'll have to try again because I went a couple times and I was like, So yeah, they need to put a light in at that when you're on Northwest Highway and everybody gets in that left-hand lane. They need to put a light right there on Northwest Highway to get to Sam's.
I go all the way up to Abrams and I'll circle around.
I hate doing the loop. Like, it's dumb.
I do the loop and then I go over to Larmanda and then I cut down. Okay. Fun fact: if my mother is still watching, when I was in the first grade, we lived in Dallas for like a hot second, and we lived on Larmanda. We lived where the Super Target is. It doesn't exist. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Timber Glen and all that was over there? Those apartments, Timber Glen? Mark lived in Timber Glen when he lived here after college. He lived in Timber Glen. That's what
that shopping center is called, Timber Glen.
Yes, because they named it after they raised all that and put in the Sam's and the Walmart. And I've never been to that. I went to that Walmart once, but the whole thing with that Walmart was supposed to be, they were supposed to have escalators between the Walmart and the Sam's, and you could take one cart between the stores. But I don't know if that ever really came.
There's still escalators that you can take your cart, but it's in the garage. It's sort of like the Tom Thumb downtown or in Victory Park that has the escalator for your shopping cart.
But are you supposed to be able to check out at one place?
They were going to do that originally, and then they did not. That was the same thing at the Galleria when they bought the space for old Saks space, and it's got Banana Republic, Gap, and Old Navy on top of each other. They were all supposed to be where you could shop all three stores in the same shopping visit, and they ended up not doing that.
Speaking of stores, I posted it on my timeline on Instagram a couple weeks ago, but everybody freaking out about the 2 HEBs coming to the DFW or coming to the Dallas Metroplex or however they were doing. I was like, people, first of all, one's in Fort Worth, right? And one's in Frisco. I'm like, us Dallas people are not freaking Frisco, Plano, right? Like, we're not going up there for a freaking HEB. We're not. So calm down.
There's actually one closer. Midlothian or Waxahachie has. For me, Waxahachie's a lot closer. And they have them there. But I'm not driving 30 minutes. HEB's okay. It's I don't know why people love it so much. I
don't understand either. Yeah. Central Market is just fine, and we're about to get ours here in Uptown if they'd ever freaking tear down that Albertsons and get you going on it.
Yeah, like I hate the one, and Monica gets on saying hate. The one on Lover's Lane is white people behaving badly. That is.
Yes. Did I tell you what happened to me a couple weeks ago when I went there? Do you get the coupons? Do you get the flyer? I've
seen them. Yes, I don't think our neighborhood's fancy enough that we get them in the mail, but yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, so I get them, so I'll go, and of course it was a Sunday, and I was like, frick, I freaking hate going here on Sundays, but I went, and it was jam-packed, and the first thing, that one's a smaller footprint, and they still have the carts that look like the cars that people put their kids in. They're too big to get around the aisle. It's ridiculous, and so
you start there. The parking lot, first of all, is just Murderville. It's like
tiny.
It's also, again, entitled white people behaving badly. Everyone thinking that they're the center of the fucking universe. It's like the same as that Whole Foods on Loma Alto. That's the worst too. If you're gonna die at Whole Foods on Loma Alto, it's because you're gonna get run over by a Range Rover or a G-Wagon.
So I was there, and I was at the end. The registers are by the frozen section, and there's like one little cut through, and it's a little. And everyone's trying to beeline for it because the registers are right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to get a little pint of ice cream, right? So I'm over there looking at the ice cream, just looking. I'm in my little section, frozen section. I open the door. My cart's to the left of me. I open the door toward the cart, so I'm not taking up any extra room. And I'm reaching in a pint. And all of a sudden, I feel the door pull away from my hand. And I'm turning, and there's a girl, and she's grabbed the door, and she's like, yeah, can I get in here? And just reached in front of me to like grab her ice cream, then let the door go back into my hand, went around me and beeline for the thing. And I looked at the lady next to me, and I was on the phone. I was like, "Are you good?" Like I said it, she didn't. She just kept going. I was like, "I'm about to get into a fight at the Central Market." I was about totally go Tawanda. Face it, honey. I'm older and I have more insurance.
I have more insurance.
I was like, is there, and I was not being slow. It's not like I was holding the door. I was holding the door to get what I want. I made my choice. I waited to open the door.
Even if
she was like,
person ever, just a rude ass bitch.
So rude. I was just like, could you just need your ice cream and you need to get the heck out of Dodge? I mean, I'm trying to get out of here too, but
maybe she had low blood sugar. She needed that ice cream worse than you knew.
I was just like, let it go, because I was about to get in a fight in the Central Market.
And don't get in fights with people you don't know. Don't get in fights with people you don't know. By the way, speaking of that, I'm not going to go into details, but Mike was like, where did you say that, Mike? I saw a comment a minute ago. You made a shitty comment. Oh, what have I missed? Apparently I missed all the good stuff yesterday. Yes, I'm not going to go into it, but I regret some of the things I said yesterday, and for people, if anyone who happens to be listening right now, and I regret saying it. So yeah, okay, there we go.
Was I on yesterday? I think I missed it too.
I'll tell you on the back end. I'll get in trouble if I reenact all of that. I'm gonna get in bigger trouble than you know. So. Yes.
That's funny. Well, whenever we get our Central Market down here, it's taken them forever because it's supposed to be the new flagship, right? It's supposed to be the drive-through, restaurant, seating up top, outdoor seating, it's supposed to be this whole thing.
drive-through Central Market sounds even worse than the parking lot.
Well, the pickup, like curbside.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Curbside. So I don't know. Maybe I should just be better about doing this curbside thing. If I'm going to be out and about, maybe I just open the app. I don't know.
First of all, I'm not a fan of grocery shopping. I've never been a fan of grocery shopping. It's paralyzing to me. I am a horrible provider for my family unless I plan our meals in advance. Todd can open a door and be like, boom, 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 boom. I'm going to make this with that. I'm like, I did not plan the meal for tonight, so we're having spam. Like, and we don't eat our own spam, but like, it's just like
you can't improvise.
No, there's zero improvisation in my repertoire. Listen to those SAT words right there. So that's why for me, grocery shopping is not even fun because I can't be like, oh, maybe I'll do something fun with this guava, or maybe I will. Oh, you never know when you're going to need some heritage ham, that kind of thing. No, it doesn't work for me. And so that's one of the reasons why I actually love the pickup, because I just do it, it's done, and throw it in the back and getting on that.
Well, you got me to doing the fresh, and I think I kind of dabbled in it before pandemic, and then obviously pandemic forced us all. And I was like, oh, I like this. I like the convenience, but I don't have the wherewithal unless I menu plan, right? So I'm the opposite. If I'm in a store, I'm like inspired by, ooh, I'm going to grab this sauce,
Yeah,
and I'm going to make this with it, and I'm going to put this with it. If I'm on an app picking the groceries, I have to have the menu plan and I have to have a shopping list. So for me, it's harder because I can't walk the aisles and just go, yeah, I need that, I need that. So I almost wish they make the app, or like the Chipotle app, when you get Chipotle online, you used to go down the thing. It looked like used to do that. It doesn't anymore, but it used to be above the line you were looking at. I wish I could shop the shelves in an app and be like, yep, that.
Yeah, you said that to me the other day. Now I understand what you were meaning. Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I would like to shop the shelves and just be able to go boop, boop. They'd probably make a lot more money that way.
Maybe. I would probably be frustrated with it. They need just both. You're on collagen now, right?
Yes, yeah, I started. Didn't you just start taking? I'm doing in my water.
I'm doing tablets. I take 3 tablets in the morning and 3 tablets in the evening. That are basically just ground up cow hooves or something. But and because I don't drink anything that is good to mix something into. I have water in the morning, I have unsweetened iced tea all day, and then I have Chardonnay at night. Like literally, those are the only 3 things I drink. And
mine's flavored. I put it in my water and it tastes good. It tastes like berry.
I don't like flavored water. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I drink straight up just regular old tap water. Yeah. And funny enough, the more chlorine that you put in tap water, the more I think, yum, this is better than what I grew up drinking in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas. But yes.
Funny. Yeah, I'm doing Glowtrition, which is like Courtney Kerr's thing, but it's her friend, that Lisa Panerio.
Yeah.
How do you say?
Lisa's so sweet.
Is she? Yeah. I'm doing where they just ship it to you every month, automatically ship it. Yeah. I use Courtney's got a discount that gets you $10 off every month. So it ended up being like 40, 43.
I bought a jar of it. It's like this big. I think it's like a 10-day supply. I'm just kidding.
Probably you have to take
so many. And they're huge pills.
See, I can't do that.
I already take like a fucking medicine cabinet of pills at night before bed anyway. Between the multivitamin, the vitamin D, which everyone needs to be taking vitamin D. Almost all people are deficient in vitamin D, and especially if you are a person of color, you are almost certainly deficient in vitamin D because that's the sun. And so that it's got like a fish oil in it, and then I take my CBD gel tab before bed, and now I'm adding collagen. I mean, literally, it's just like
I can't do it before bed. I gotta be able to drink and eat. I have to eat.
I prefer doing it before bed because then it doesn't hit me funny. If I do it in the morning, I sometimes will get kind of like multivitamin will kind of throw and an extra vitamin C we take. So I think that by the time I wake up in the morning, my pee is nuclear looking. It is so bright.
Your body has like been churning it all night.
Let's get this done. Let's do this.
Yeah, I've just started about a week, so I'll let you know with my hair. I'm mostly my hair and my nails, and I wanted to do it for inflammation too. So
yeah, mine is for my joints. And honestly, if I'm being real, real talk, girls. I did it for my face.
Yes,
I really did it so that I would get my collagen back in my face. Side benefit is my joints. You know, that should be number one, considering I'm so like my fingers don't bend and all that. But or don't straighten out. They're bend. They don't straighten out. Good for joints, and then hair and nails.
Yeah,
Nails,
mostly hair.
I actually had to unpaint my nails this morning or remove the paint from them this morning because they'd grown so much that basically in a week they'd grown out to where, you know, like the little crescent on your nails, right?
That's fast.
It was like crazy. I mean, look how long my nails are right now. And unfortunately, I can't cut them right after I take nail polish off. Otherwise, I end up, because my cuticles are so sensitive to acetone, but that acetone remover is, in my mind, use spit instead. It's the worst. So I use the acetone, and then I just kind of just douse them in cuticle oil.
Yeah.
Rehydrate them, but I can't cut my nails right after that because then I end up with, I mean, it's like 20.
They're kind of sore.
It's like on both sides, I get hangnails on every nail.
Yeah, they're kind of sore after acetone. Like if I go to bed and wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh, my nails are sore. This is the longest I've let mine grow in a long time. I just painted them today. Wow. But I usually keep mine super short. So, but I've only been on the collagen a week. These were already starting to grow out.
You have a steady hand. I have to paint mine. I have to paint mine, and they're just a big old hot mess. And then the next day in the shower, I get the loofah and I just do this each finger and then pick at it in the shower. And then I look fine the next day. But the first day, I'm like, I got to do this I usually actually do it like on a weekend night when I've had a little bit too much to drink and I was like,
Yeah, I've just been years of practice and I've just been doing it. So when I go get my toes done at my pedicurist, I'll sit there. I have a whole kit. I'll sit there and do my own nails. And then if I have a dark color, I've kind of messed it up, she'll clean it up for me. She'll do her little brush, you know. But usually they come over and they're like, oh, you're so good at that. I just do my own nails while they do my toes.
Nice. My sister is saying joints and CBD, you are your mother's son. Yes.
Oh, really, Cheryl? Is there something we don't know about?
I'm talking about bone joints, not joints.
Does your mom have a holiday coming up this month? 4/20, Cheryl? Could it be?
I think that's a daily holiday.
Nice.
We love Mama. So yes, but the CBD, that is another. You know, if you make a list of things that 2019 Cooper would have been like, in the next 2 years, what do you think how's your life going to change? RVing? No way. No fucking way. Seriously, no fucking way. CBD? I don't know about that. Like
I've been trying to get you on that for a few years.
I know, but then once, so Martha Stewart came out with her line, even though I don't use that one, I use one CBD. Martha Stewart came out with her line, and then my friend Becky, who is the executive director of helpusadopt.org, was talking about it. And I'm like, okay, these are like legit people. So I started doing that. And mom is saying, yes, ma'am. And my sister's saying, I was going to say that she holidays every day. What's the holiday? And then what else was I going to say? That and I can't think of what else now, but there's just all kinds of stuff. It's like, what?
Yeah, things. I was thinking about that the other day, like things that I've been introduced to that I probably never would have. Oh my gosh, what was it that I was like, things I can't live without now, right? Like things that I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. Oh, you're talking about water. I'm addicted now to putting electrolytes, like electrolyte powder, hydration mix-ins into my water now, which I only do by half because FYI, people, pay attention to your salt because there's salt in those packets. So I actually make a packet last. I probably drink 2 or 3 of these a day, and I usually only put half of one of these. This is the Swell 27 point whatever.
That's good.
So you're supposed to put one whole packet in 16 ounces of water. I put half a packet.
Yeah.
Roughly 30. So I might drink 1 packet a day, which probably adds about 500 milligrams of sodium to my diet. So FYI, I actually had my heart rate, my blood pressure rate spike a bit, like right before I started Spenga. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? And then I told Mark, because Mark was like, I got a cuff to like measure it every day. And I was like, It's never high. And Mark's like, you might be in what is it when you have too much salt in your diet? It's
Yeah, I know what you mean.
whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh my God, I've been drinking these packets for the entirety of COVID. And Mark's like, as soon as you get back in the gym and you start sweating and getting your heart rate up, he's like, you'll normalize that right out.
Part of his heart rate thing and blood pressure thing was that he was taking too much Rehydrate, which is basically an electrolyte mix from
totally
Care, another thing that I'm a member of.
Totally what it was.
Yeah, I know.
FYI, they have salt in them. But they're good. That's how I have to drink my water now. Now I'm screwed. Now I can't drink normal water. I taste it and I'm like, this is boring.
Do you have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy? No, what's it called? It's with Luke Wilson. It's got a ton of celebrities in it. Maya Rudolph is in it. I think
it's one called Idiocracy like that.
Maybe is what it is. And basically it's where the guy goes into like a where they freeze you. Like
Michael Jackson. They kept saying Michael Jackson was doing in the chamber.
Yeah, sort of thing. Where they
the hyperbaric chamber.
It's where they freeze you like for space travel. Idiocracy, my sister saying. They freeze you for space travel or whatever. Something blows up. He gets stuck and he gets out of it like 50 years later. It's probably in the year 2019 or something. And just based on the thing. And since then, the America has elected a professional wrestler as reality show person as president. No one's drinking water. All the crops are dead because corporate sponsorships have taken over, and Gatorade basically has taken over, and they're spraying all the crops with Gatorade and stuff, and they don't know why everything is dying, and everyone's stupid, and everyone has a barcode that they buy McDonald's with, and all this stuff, right? So it's a hilarious movie. It is actually super on point social commentary movie as well. But one of the lines in that is he was like, "Do y'all drink any water?" And the woman goes, "You mean like what's in the turlet?"
In the turlet?
Yeah, the turlet. It's like the Secretary of State or something. Like she is, and then he saves the world by convincing them that they need to water their crops with water, and then everything is back to the. And he has some name because he gave a wrong name when, like he said, "What the hell," when they did his barcode on his hand, and now his name is "What the hell" or something. That's not it. It's something like that. It's a fantastic movie.
My coworker Heather has talked about this movie forever. I need to watch it because I don't think I ever watched it.
It's really good. It's really good. So
that's funny. Turlet, my new word. Monica says the turlet.
Like what's in the turlet?
Mark and I had a movie like that way back in the day. With Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis. And what was that really weird movie they did? Was Woody Harrelson in it? Anyway, they were staying in a trailer. That's the Woody Harrelson one. But one with Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis. Oh my God, what was it? Anyway,
he's a weirdo.
They're kind of white trash, yeah. And there's a scene where it's like a trailer or an Airstream or something like that, and he's leaving for work, and she's like in the doorway of the trailer, and she like moves her shirt over and her boobs that up. You know, she's trying to like get a rise out of him. He turns to her and he goes, "Put your titty back up, Adele."
Put your titty back, Big Nell.
Adele, her name was Adele. Put your titty back up, Adele.
Put your titty back up, Adele.
So Mark and I, the same thing. It's in the turlet. We would always be like, "Put your titty back up, Adele." It's just, I'll have to find it.
California.
Yes, it's the weirdest movie, but that is the one thing we remember. That and the one with the Pacino one where he goes hoo-ah, where he's blind. What is that movie? That's a great movie.
The Scent of a Woman.
Yes, there's a part where he's talking about the kid that comes to help him, and he was like, and he's basically saying, "Here's what kind of life you have." He's like, "Your parents are corn nut pushers in a sparrow fart town." That has stuck with me for years. Meaning his parents run the local convenience store in a shit little town. Your parents are corn nut pushers in a sparrow fart town. That's one of my favorite. A sparrow fart. I mean, can you imagine?
Dog hell.
Put your titty back up, Adele. Your mom, California. Of course, she knew what movie that was.
It's what, like, if you're in a bar and someone's trying to be like all sexy, you're like, "Put your titty back up."
Yeah.
Back up, Adele.
Put your titty back up, Adele.
Back up.
Oh God.
All righty. Well,
It
we're
was a weird movie.
I know. It's by the way, today is the 1-year anniversary of the final episode of Schitt's Creek.
Oh, was it? Wow,
It
I
was
love that series.
today. It was such a
Love
good
it.
show. And I wish they would do a Where Are They Now kind of reunion.
I know.
Love it.
So good.
All righty. Well, I'm gonna wind down. Actually, you know what? I have to go to an event tonight.
Really?
Nothing big. So my favorite store, DLM Supply, and Cooper's Meat Market, not related to me, but I'm friends with the owners, and I brought them to Oak Cliff. They're doing some sort of joint, like menswear / steaks thing. I don't know.
Ooh.
But both of them, I'm friends with both of the owners, and they were like, "Will you please come?" And I was like, "Oh, yes, I'll come."
You're like, I don't go to things, but I'll come.
I know. It's close by. They have booze.
It's meat. It's a steak. I've heard that Cooper's has a really good burger. I've never had it, but I heard.
They do. And that Cooper's steak mix, which they are always out of, but they have this steak mix that is made by Fiesta Spices that is so good, too. I put it on everything.
Can you find out for me tonight when you're there if they do bologna in-house or even mortadella?
I don't know what that second word is that you said, but the first
mortadella, it's like Italian bologna. It's the bologna with the little fat chunks in it sometimes, and yeah, I know. But they slice it really thin in Italy, and you eat it like on charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
Oh, so let me know if they have.
We had the charcuterie board at Cibo di Vino the other night, and they had it on there.
Yep. Yep.
So
it's basically Italian bologna, but
Italian.
Quentin likes bologna, and I keep telling him he needs to get it from a butcher because it's really a lot better. So I'm trying to find a butcher that has bologna.
Well, I'll check if I remember that. Okay, before we say goodbye, don't forget to go to coopedup.com.
Cooped Up.
Don't forget to follow me on other channels. I'm Cooped Up. Follow Kerrie. I'm at Food Sparks.
Thank you.
Get notified of all the shit, and then text me at 214-949-8599.
8599.
8599. Isn't that a great number? I didn't even pick it.
It is 949-8599. We're gonna come up with a jingle for that.
Yeah.
Like the plumbing jingles in the morning.
Well, with that, I love you. I love all y'all.
You too.
I know you're loved. Love that you watched this. Thank you. And with that, thank you, Kerrie. And I will see the rest of you tomorrow at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say? Talk to you later.